Joining me now is a member of the House Judiciary Committee, Democratic Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren. Congresswoman, thank you for being here. What happened in that markup yesterday? I mean, why was it so tense, so heated and emotional?
Well, I think there were high emotions. Certainly, the representatives from Texas who have visited and met with the parents of the children who were slaughtered had a high level of emotion. And I think some of the Republicans must realize, I mean, I don't question that Louis Gohmert has a heart. Sometimes I wonder about his head. They were advancing scenarios that were ridiculous. I mean, let's have a good guy with a gun, and that's all we need. Obviously, that is not the answer. We have, guns are the leading cause of death for children in the United States today. We're the only advanced country that has mass murders routinely. And we can prove, because we've done it, that if you control access to assault weapons, if you do background checks, the level of gun violence will go down. And I think Republican voters understand that. The polling shows that about 70% or better of Republican voters support universal background checks. So I hope that when we go to the floor of the House and when the Senate considers some of these measures, that they will reflect the voters that they represent, not the advocacy groups like the NRA that are opposed to anything that want to have the status quo, which means just more deaths for children.
As it looks right now, you know the math in the Senate. The proposals as will likely pass in the House, likely have no chance in the Senate. But there is this bipartisan negotiation that is ongoing for some kind of common ground on gun reform. Manu Raju spoke with one of the lead negotiators, Democratic Senator Sen Murphy, about this effort towards bipartisan agreement. And Murphy saying that he is, in his words, certainly prepared for failure here. Are you?
Well, I've got to observe that the U.S. Senate specializes in being gridlocked. And the Republicans, you saw it yesterday in our markup, the extremists who have controlled big segments of the Republican Party want no change. They want guns to proliferate, which means that there will be mass murders routinely. It seems like every day. That doesn't mean that Republican voters are in that spot. I mean, the Republicans I know who are normal, regular people would like to have their grandchildren and children safe as well, which is why they support background checks. And I'm hoping that the sensible middle will come and do something. Probably not everything I want to do, but if we take several discrete actions, it will lower the level of violence and less people will be murdered. And I think that's not too much to ask of our representatives in the Senate.
You know, President Biden coming out and kind of planting his flag on this issue last night, calling for an assault weapons ban, among other things. He also called out Senate Republicans. Let me play this for you.
But my God, the fact that the majority of the Senate Republicans don't want any of these proposals even to be debated or come up for a vote, I find unconscionable.
On an issue and a topic that's so hard to get people to come to the table, does that help get you to a bipartisan agreement?
Well, I've never served in the Senate, and President Biden has. He knows these senators. He served with them. And I think he's got a much better handle on what might move them than probably I do. But I think we need to call out where we are. I mean, we're the only advanced country in the world that has mass shootings every day. The proliferation of guns does not make us safer. It makes us more vulnerable. And I think, I listen to people say, are afraid when they go to work. Is there going to be some nutcase with an assault weapon at their place of work, at their children's school, when they go to the grocery store? This is not the way for the land of the free to survive here.